Share screen. Share.
Okay. I can't believe I've kept it together so far. It's obvious to Dad how much we all love him because we're all here. But Dad had a few words to say for us, and I can't do it, so I asked my husband to read Dad's thoughts to us.
So he said, "In my 80 years, if I have gleaned anything along this rocky, thorny, encumbered path, it's that it is physically impossible to give our love away without it being returned 10 or 100-fold. It's a beautiful paradox. We never run short, no matter how generously we try to give it away. Today, you wonderful friends have returned it 1,000,000-fold. A simple
Oh,
thank you seems grossly inadequate, but in its most superlative degree, I thank you from the bottom of my heart."
love you, Daddy. Now I feel sorry for my dear brother because he's up next after that. I would find it hard, but at least it's pre-recorded, right, Gordy? All right, he's still muted.
All right.
I
So
want to
you can hear me?
introduce everybody to my big brother, Gordon Gaynor, Daddy's baby boy.
Hey, it's I can't even put the words together to describe how wonderful it is to see how he has touched all these different lives, even when his abilities to do so have been limited. It's music is a universal language, and in fact, the video that's put together for me was done by a friend from Norway, and I couldn't communicate very well with her, but through music, she put all my video stuff together and put it on YouTube. And, I'm so grateful that she did that. It was a while ago, but 9 years, I believe, that video was done. But just listening to, well, first of all, let me just, for those that don't know who I am, I'm Gordon Gaynor, and I'm up here in Seattle, Washington, where Dad lived for a long time before he developed his conditions and then decided to move down to Oklahoma. But he had lived up here for the most part of my life growing up. And I recall just those songs that he was playing on the guitar. I recall so many nights of him playing and us kids together, and he would include us in harmonies. And most people don't know, but even my mom used to sing, especially to I believe it was the first song, I can't remember the name, but she used to sing. And Kelly, you blew me away because I've never ever heard her sing before. And we've been apart for quite a while. I'm sure she's done a little bit, but that was the first time. That was amazing. Even when we were kids, it was always the boys and dad and mom singing, but I don't ever recall her singing, and that was amazing. Thank you for doing that. I'm sure Dad appreciates it too. But our history with Dad and music goes all the way back to even his parents. When he was in the service, there were a few times that the kids had to be shuttled just for logistics purposes. The kids had to be shuttled while he went overseas to find a spot for us, before we could come over. And his dad and his brothers, I remember on the weekends, would get together. They all played instruments, and even Grandpa played the fiddle. And it was unbelievable to listen to them and just having all that music around all the time. Well, that music's been a part of Dad's life forever. And when he got out of the service, he got himself into an import business, which brought all of these musical instruments into the house. And that was great for us kids because, we're talking 12, 13 different guitars, keyboards, and anything musical you can think of. It was available to us. And what a blessing, to grow up with that. And then Dad loved to entertain. So we'd have big, huge barbecues and picnics. Hundreds of people would be there. Dad would be there with his band and stuff, and people would be dancing and singing to a lot of these old tunes that you've been hearing. Lots of folk music, but he kept up on, some of the, newer stuff too, like Elvis and the Eagles and some of these guys that were influencing me too when I was growing up. But he was the life of the party always, and the guy could play the guitar like crazy. And I remember my brother Don, next younger to me, he got a guitar from a friend that a neighbor lived by, and got a guitar from him. And he was sitting on the front porch of the house, and he didn't know any chords or anything. And so he was just strumming it and thought he was creating a lot of music, but it wasn't really. It was just noise. So Dad came out and he goes, if you're going to beat on that thing, let me teach you at least 3 chords. And he taught him 3 chords, and my brother took those chords and has been in music ever since. That's his profession. He goes around singing at fairs and different events like that. And, it's been his life, handed down from dad. And then my other brother, Dennis, he's, into music as well. Not very many opportunities came up that we could all sing together because of most of it was our types of music. I'm more of a ballad singer, and my brother Don is a country and rock, and my brother Dennis is more of a ballad singer as well. So the genres didn't mix too well with us, but our sound, when we would sing back up to dad or whatever, you just can't buy that, and you can't teach it either. I mean, dad gave us that musical ear, um, and we could sing a cappella is no problem, but it became, easier being around music so much. When you hear the chords and all that stuff, it just sticks in your head. And I'm so grateful that we had that kind of childhood growing up.
Best
And
memories.
yeah, lots of memories, all those camping trips. We've been camping a few times without somebody that knows how to play a guitar, and they've been really boring. But when you have somebody like my dad who would take his guitar with him, of course, and just singing around the campfire at night, and oh my gosh, you just can't ask for better, times growing up, and great memories. And anyway, I have a song that I recorded, and I'd like to play that one, and then we'll see if I'll do this a cappella one here. It's going to be right off the top of the cuff, but if I feel like it, I'll do it. But I know I at least want to play this other one that I put on YouTube, and we'll see where it goes from there. So if you want to play that one, Trace.
Okay.
Okay.